understanding, because you must write, right? You must write something about reliability, right? Before you give your example. So what are you going to write?
Yeah.
Plus, you cannot give me reliability and then example. Cannot, you know. You need to give me,
Definition.
the writings of reliability. What are you going to write about reliability? Because you need to show knowledge about reliability. So now you need to tell me. You need to show me your understanding for this concept. Concept is an idea. What is this idea?
This idea is about cost. Judgment of the court is made a common law. And
Oh, you're going to put it. Okay, let me help you. Okay. All right. Here, reliability here. What is the main point? Can you tell me what is the main point? From the main point, actually, you already got the idea. What's the main point? Anybody can tell me?
this
What's the main point in this paragraph? What's the main point?
I think it's the main point in the sentence 2, sentence 3, 2 and 3.
Which one? Which one? What is the main point? We pick up. Come. 1, 2, 3, 3. The wisdom. Which one? This one. The wisdom.
No, it's before that, it's the human mind is fallible.
Here.
Yes, I think.
Okay, then how are you going to put it?
Wait, about a minute.
Actually, Daniel, it's very easy. You know why? Actually, the main point here is that what they're trying to say is that statutory law is more reliable than common law, because as you know that the common law actually they are created by judges, right? And judges are also human beings. So human beings are fallible. Okay, their human mind is fallible. That's the main idea.
Yes.
Plus, understand the main idea? Understand or don't understand? Don't understand, say you don't understand, I explain again. You keep quiet means you understand, I will not explain further.
I understand that.
Huh?
I understand that.
Okay, you understand now? Okay, so I will not explain further. So in other words, actually, all right. So now, can you please give me an example, Daniel? How come statutory law is more reliable than common law? Give the example now. Because now you're arguing, right? When I'm marking your thinking. So now in your thinking, you're arguing, right? You're arguing that common law, actually, you're arguing that statutory law is more reliable. Now you're trying to argue with me. Then I'll ask you, why? In what way is more reliable? Okay, explain why. What can you think of? What is the evidence? Where is the evidence that you can tell that it's more reliable? Everybody feel free to chip in. It should be contributed by the class. I understand? Don't just push it to one person. We call teamwork. Anybody can think of the answer to my question? Think. Use your brain. Squeeze the answer out from your brain. It's not difficult, huh? Anybody can tell me? Nobody can tell me. Again, I need to tell you. Think, please think. Daniel, why do you say that, statutory law is more reliable than common law? Cannot hear you.
Yes, I'm just thinking about the statutory law. Why is
And then okay, this is a headache right now. I give you one more headache. Okay, that is now you're telling me common law is more. Now you're telling me statutory law is more reliable than common law. Then why? If your conclusion is that they should still use common law, right? That means common law is not reliable, Then why still want to use common law? I give you a headache now, you see? Okay, can you tell me you think UK should continue to use common law system or not? Should or should not, Daniel?
I think I shouldn't.
Shouldn't. So you don't. Then if they don't use common law, they should use what? You want them to change to what? You want England to change to what?
I
want
just
UK to change to what law?
The statutory law or civil law.
Sorry, I don't understand.
I mean,
in the world there are only four legal system, right? Civil law, common law,
statutory law, and theory law.
Theocratic law, and customary law. So you don't want them to use common law, then you want them to use what law?
Statutory law. Civil law.
You want them to use civil law. You don't want them to use common law. Common law, yeah. Why? I ask you why. You see, you cannot tell me the reason why you want them to change. Why you want them to change the legal system, you cannot tell. But you want them to change. Okay, now class, I cannot give you the answer. All right? You have to think. Okay? You have to think. Now, according to this, Daniel said that common law is statutory law is reliable. Common law is not reliable. They should not use common law. So is this your conclusion?
Maybe.
I cannot pass you. You give me this thinking. You can think of the reason why they want to. Why? You look at which P, you look at P2. How what is that? How statutory law and common law is applied in justice court. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me how? In P2, you want to pass P2 or not? Now is the time that you tell me.
Yes.
Yeah, tell me how. How and why?
And
why do they have to use common law? In P2, right, there's a column why need to use common law. Why? Why don't they use statutory law all the time? Why sometimes, they have to use common law? Why? Can you tell me why? Anybody, come, so that we can end the class quickly. Because I still have another class 4 more hours. Today I teach whole day. I'm going to die. P2. I have to go back to P2. need to open P2. P2, remember I've given you the guidance. P2. Okay, let me open the activity of P2. It's processing. Okay, you look at P2, not activity 2. P1, P2, no, this one. Okay, here, remember?
Yes.
And then after I have given you a Word document, not this one, I've given you a Word document. I don't know where I put the Word document in. Yeah, maybe this one. Okay, then after that, I have made some changes, right? And I've given you a Word document. And you should use that Word document. It's opening. Okay, I got it. It's open now. I need to show you. Can you see? Daniel, can you see? When
Yes.
to apply and how to apply. Can you see?
Yeah.
When do they apply? When do they apply case law? When? Come class, tell me. You should know the answer. You cannot be keeping quiet. You already submitted your draft. When to apply? How come need to apply common law?
When the outcome cannot be predicted, so that they use common law.
Yes, exactly. When to apply? When there's no violation. When there's no violation of any act. Not every case there is a violation of act. Not every case. If there's no violation of act, they need common law. Can you tell me, for example, I'm the judge, okay? So, you know the plaintiff and the defendants, they did not violate any act. They disagree with each other. Some disagreement. But disagree with each other is not a violation of a particular act. It's not a violation of statutory law. So, what does it mean? So, does it mean that, so what then the question would be, so what punishment should I give them now? What punishment? I don't know how to punish them. If I'm not using common law, I don't know how to punish them. Do you understand what I mean? Because statutory law have its own punishment. I cannot use the punishment of the statutory law to punish those who did not violate the law. And do you understand? When to apply? How to apply? Alright, I already told you, right? They use precedent. Precedent, which means that is use the similar facts and decision made by of past cases. Precedent must be there, the word. That's the method, that's how they use. So it's very clear when to apply, how to apply. So now, I have already explained very clearly to you, Daniel. Do you think, actually, the use of common law is helpful or not helpful?
Helpful.
Then you said they should not use common law, they should only use statutory law, Then how? So now your thinking changed. Actually, I should not influence your thinking. I should only mark on your thinking. You feel that, then I will disagree and that's why the school don't want us to influence your thinking. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
So everyone in this class will feel that now, they should use common law. I already influenced your thinking and I'm not doing the right thing. Because you should argue. And then it all depends on whether I agree with your argument or not, you see. But it seems like because you have not made deep consideration, all right, for, the P2 here, So that's why, there may be some errors. So you have to think, you look at the advantages, look at the disadvantages. But I think some students actually in other class, they apply this here. Okay, what did they apply? Let me show you. Give me a minute. They apply. But what you have actually brought out, your choice, actually is good for discussion. But some students, okay, this is the easiest to apply, uniformity and certainty. Because actually this is the main idea. This is the main idea. The same law has to be applied to all cases. So which means it's very fair. That means your factor is fairness. It's very fair. Right? Don't care whoever violated this law, for example, the Food Safety Act or Equality Act or whoever violated this act, this regulation, you receive the same punishment. Everybody is the same. Very fair. Fairness is your factor. Do you understand what I mean? So you're looking at fairness. You see? So it's very good. So it's a disadvantage. So you need to look at it very carefully, sit down, think very deeply. All right, the advantages, disadvantages, and then of course you need to give a specific example to your startup company lah. Then you give us you give a particular act lah, and this act you apply to your startup company. And show example of fairness using this particular act. Do you understand? So that's how you give a specific example. That's how you should do your assignment. Okay, so it's really about your choice. You pick, some. I already say you give a range, and finally you need to consider. You need to consider what? You need to not only consider the main advantages, disadvantages. You need to consider the factors. You also need to consider, your argument. All right, for are you a supporter or not supporter for common law system? All right, to be used by the UK. Do you support or you do not support? It seems like Daniel is not supporting, so he's a non-supporter of common law system. Do you understand? You're evaluating how good okay, is the system. Is this system good or not good? But but now of course he changed his mind after listening to me, and it's very bad for me to influence him. Okay, it's very bad for me to influence his thinking. But luckily, he saw my thinking, but he has a chance to get D now. If not, now based on his first thinking, I will not give him D. I disagree with him. Okay, all right. That's finished. All right, D1. Any question? No, or don't know how to do D1 now?
No.
You know how to do okay?
Yes.
All right, so next time I see you in class, which is on, which day is that? Let me see. I see you next, we still have time to do a little bit of revision, Which day am I supposed to see you? Maybe I close the timetable already, is it? Give me a minute. Too many files, all the files are very heavy. Give me a minute.
The 29th of April.
29, I see you.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 minute. I'm still searching. Okay, here.